Liam, go first.
Oh, right, okay, well, so no volunteers then. This
No.
week,
No, I'm telling you.
this week I've been playing FIFA '09, which is certainly not a new game, but one that is new to me. There has been certainly over the past couple of years a big fight between FIFA and Pro Evo. FIFA used to rule the roost up until about 2004, the 2004 football season when it began. But since then, Pro Evo has made far better simulation games for people who like the game of football, who enjoy playing computer games based around the game of football. Whereas FIFA became, it just sort of fell behind. It didn't progress in the way that was expected. Now this year they've come back with a much better effort, and I'm not a convert, but I would say that they are certainly much more equal in terms of the games against each other. And whilst that might not be new news, that's because it might not be new news. I'm going to try and give you an opinion on the two. FIFA '09 is a fantastic game that I've really enjoyed. The engine of the game, not necessarily the physics behind it, but the running of the tactics and the way that the players control the ball, pass the ball, is fantastic. It works very well. It's very intuitive, very instinctive, and you can pick it up and play it. If you've had any reference of football games before, and probably even if you don't, you can pick it up and play it almost straight away. It also has a brand, not as I understand, not a brand new feature. I think they tried it in the Euro 2008 version of the game, the tournament version. But new to the seasons version of the game is the Be a Pro mode, which turns it from a simulation football game into almost what would you call it, a role-playing game, an RPG?
I'd say so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's sort of you're controlling one person rather than the whole team.
Of sorts, yeah. You essentially play. It changes the camera angle, so rather than a TV camera style view, you have a third-person camera behind either a single player on the pitch, or you can unlock the whole team and play whoever you pass to. But essentially, the game works in the same way as if you were playing football. You have control of one player, and you have control of that player's positioning, his passing, his running, his movement. You can call for the ball. You can call for other players to shoot. You can dribble. You can. It's a comprehensive. It really is as if, well, you were playing football yourself, as if on the TV, if you imagine it. But no, that for a mode that I've got no experience of before, that was, again, the controls stay the same, which means it's just as easy to pick up and play that as it is to play the ordinary game. And I found that very interesting, very addictive, strangely, because you have the choice between creating like either yourself or family members or whatever, or taking on a player that already exists. For example, like you can do it with Wayne Rooney. It makes it very easy, but you can. And it's addictive because you only have 4 years before the World Cup, which is sort of like if you want to consider it like a boss battle. And so you work your player through the ranks, through the reserve team, through the first team, up through the leagues. You can move from club to club. You work through the international stage as well, and you start caring about these players. The other thing you can do is, I don't know if it works. I don't think you can do it on one console, but on Xbox Live you can also join up and play through a season mode like that, with some people assisting you across Xbox Live. And the other main feature of Xbox Live is the fantastic 20v20 games, where each player assumes a player on the pitch and subsequently controls everything that player does. So you will have a player for each corresponding player. Aside from the goalkeeper, you have each person on Xbox Live corresponding to a player on the pitch. And I played that for the first time the other night, and that is amazingly good fun. It's very confusing, very like schoolyard football, because everyone runs after the ball. It doesn't work very well tactically, but it was very, very entertaining.
Cool. I was about to ask actually if there was an online aspect in the Be a Pro mode. Are you playing against? Because in the Euro game, the idea was you were one guy against sort of 3 others vying to be captain and all that. So you have to fighting yourself or other people?
No, you have to. It's not a multiplayer thing. You have to dispose the captain of the team that's already there. It's very much a single player mode. You just start with one player. And you basically take him from the level where you start at in a reserve club. Like I started in a League One club, and because you create a player, you have to start in the reserves and work your way up. And it's very much a single player mode. You don't sort of compete with anyone else or even any other characters in the team. It's solely focused on you as a player.
Right.
But I understand Pro Evo does do something very similar. I haven't got the new Pro Evo, but I believe it has a very similar mode. I don't know. I didn't want to pay 40 quid again for another
two
game.
football games.
Exactly, yeah, for two that are basically the same. But I would recommend, based on what I've played, I would recommend FIFA because I think you can get it now for about 30 quid.
Yeah, it's certainly gone down a little bit. It's been out. Well, it's been out about 5 or 6 months now. So
yes,
as they do,
and as a result, it sort of voids my review because it's not really. It's already come out. But yeah,
well, it's the newest football game out there. So if they've just got a next gen system and they're looking for a football game, it's probably the best one on the market still.
I would say so. Yeah, I would say
it's
so.
It's a late recommendation that someone may be looking for a football game, and you're the man to direct them in the right direction.
I was torn. Since Pro Evo's been good, I've enjoyed Pro Evo, and I would still buy. I've got a Wii as well, so I would buy Pro Evo on the Wii because they've altered the controls specifically for that. But on the next gen consoles, in terms of the PS3 360, I would now go for FIFA. I think that's probably a better game. As I say, I can't be certain. But according to critics and everything, and everyone I've spoken to, they're about equal now. But I would just about on price wise and for the features and the constant updates that you receive from Xbox Live or the internet, I would go with FIFA probably.
Cool. Anything else you've picked up recently?
I've been talking for a while, so I will just run through a couple. I picked up Call of Duty World of War today. Again, not a new game. I think that was released in, someone help me, November.
Yeah,
that sounds about right. Yeah.
And that's great fun. It's very, very difficult, even on the easiest setting. Very, I suppose, in that sense, almost quite realistic. You have to be very careful. You poke your head around the wall and shoot these Japanese at the minute. I've got onto the sniping level. You start as a Russian. It's only the third level. There's people that actually enjoy games will understand. But I have bought it today. But I'm enjoying that tremendously, and I will play through that over the next couple of weeks and let you know how that goes. But that's also very good.
Cool.
The other game that I highly recommend, Xbox 360 week this is for me, is Left 4 Dead, and this is probably the most fun I've had on any game. It's a first-person shooter where you are a survivor of a zombie apocalypse, and you have to fight your way through various hordes of zombies, including special zombies with abilities that aren't possessed by ordinary plebs. And pleb zombies, plombies, and
the horde.
Yeah, and you fight your way through to an extraction point, and you complete the game, and that is fantastic. There's more news coming about that later in the pod.